apologize. It's been a long time since I did a video, but saw some news about New York Comic Con and I had to put my thoughts on it. Literally, like, not even like a minute ago, I was just talking to my brother about it and it really pissed me off. So, we found out that for the Titans TV show, if you saw the trailer before, you saw Dick Grayson, he was like, fuck Batman and all that. And we were like, oh, okay, I see, okay, you're looking really cool. Now we just found out that Dick Grayson left Batman. Why did he leave Batman? Because he kills people. Let that run through your head. Batman kills people. If somebody came up to you and said, humans can breathe underwater, what would your reaction be? You'd be like, wait, what? No, we don't breathe underwater. How about you go jump in the water? How about you stay under there for about a few hours, come back out, then tell me you can breathe underwater? That's how I feel about this shit. I am sick and tired of whoever's in charge of what they do with DC and with the properties and all that. Number one, why did Henry Cavill leave? I mean, at this point, we're not sure yet, but I'm pretty sure he's gone. He's not Superman anymore. Why did Batman leave? Why are we replacing Superman with Supergirl? Why are we getting rid of the characters that made DC what it is? We're saying, hey, fuck you, you leave. We're just gonna put all these other people in there. And I don't get me wrong, I don't want anyone to go in the comments and tell me that I'm sexist because I'm mad because they're putting a woman in charge as being the lead in the DC Comics. I would be totally fine with that if that's what they did in the first place. If they didn't sit here and give us multiple movies with Superman and Batman and all of them. But my problem is that they sit here and are saying, oh, it's a reboot, but we're going to keep Aquaman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Cyborg. We're going to keep all of them. But it's a reboot. It doesn't make sense to me. That's not a reboot. Just stop fucking lying and be honest. You're changing the two characters that don't work for you. Because you ruined them. And how do you ruin them? This is how. Superman, you made him a depressing, boring piece of shit. Why? Because you wanted Batman to be the main guy. But what's the problem with Batman? Oh, he kills people. You saw in the movie, you can't deny that shit. And I wish somebody would tell me that he wasn't killing. He was. Shoving people's heads into the ground, shoving knives in people, shooting them up with the Batmobile. He blew up those cars. You cannot tell me those guys are fireproof or explosion proof. No, he blew them up with the Batmobile. They're dead. And the Batwing. They're dead. And what was he holding in the trailer and in the movie? What was that? Oh, a fucking gun. Now you could say, oh, well, it didn't shoot bullets, it shoot kryptonite grenades. No, that's a fucking gun. It's called a grenade launcher. A grenade launcher is a gun. Batman is holding a gun. Why are we doing this? Why did we do this? Superman is he used to bore the shit out of me. But now, as I've gotten older and I started to really read some of the comics, really get a feel of what Superman is. It's a hopeful person. That's what Superman is. Batman is the other side of that coin. They're two sides of the same coin. They're both very skilled in what they do, but at the same time, they do it in two different ways. Now, when you look at Batman v Superman, what do you get out of that? You get one guy who's moping around. Everyone hates him. It's like, oh, nobody likes me. Ooh, just a depressing ass Superman. And then you get a Batman who wants to kill him for no fucking reason. There is no reason that you would want to kill him. Absolutely no reason. Why are we saying, oh, well, even if there's 1% chance he wants to kill us, we gotta be cautious. We gotta kill him if we need to. That 1% chance. It's like, oh, 1% chance that he might turn on us, but he's done nothing to make us think that. They're your two main guys. That's what people read. When they read DC Comics, most of the time you're reading it for Batman and Superman. They fucked up royally on bringing them to the big screen or the little screen if you want it for home. It's like they refuse to use the 80 plus years of content that we've had since the fucking 30s up till now. All this content we have where we can pull from these stories and make, kind of mix them together, separate them, make them to these great stories. And they're saying, fuck you, we're gonna do our own thing. Batman kills people, Superman's depressing shit. Oh, that didn't work? Well, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. We're gonna use Supergirl and Nightwing or Batwoman or whoever the fuck they're gonna use for that. We're gonna use those two because Batman and Superman didn't work for us because people didn't like them. No, it's not the people's fault for why they don't like them. It's your fault. Because you wouldn't sit there and actually understand what the character is. You want to know why Christopher Nolan's movies were so successful? and why the old Superman movies in the 90s and 80s, whatever time they came out, were so successful? Because the director and the writer understood what the character was, what they symbolized, what their motives were. They understood who the character was. Superman, hopeful man. The fucking subtitle of the movie is like, you'll believe a man can fly. That made people so happy. My mom still talks about the times where, Superman came out and it was such an amazing character. It's like, holy shit, we wanted to be Superman. This guy just flying around. You really believe this guy actually could exist? And then we came to my time period when I was a kid growing up, and we had the Dark Knight trilogy. We got the coolest Batman ever. Basically, he was Ninja Batman, but one thing they didn't do? They didn't change the fucking character. We knew who Batman was, his motivations. He didn't want to be a killer. He wanted to use his fear of bats to stare fear into the other criminals to hopefully save the city. And that's what he did. And those movies are so good because you understand their motivation. You're with him on that ride. I just swear, we're just in a time period. It's just greed. It's with the movies, the video games, everything. It's just greed. All we care about is the money. We don't give a shit about making a good movie or a good video game because all we care about is money. So we're gonna put in all this fucking shit to make a quick buck instead of, hey, maybe we can make a compelling story with good characters, good writing. Maybe people will start to talk to other people and be like, hey, dude, this game is fucking awesome. You gotta play this. It's all about the money. It's like, shit, they already paid for it. Who gives a shit if you make a good movie or whatever? Who cares? It's fucking wrong, man. Seriously. How is Batman still around? How is it that people are okay with him just killing off criminals? Batman has essentially become a fucking criminal, and now every kid in this new generation is gonna remember Batman for being a killer. That's all he is. He just kills people when they need to. And no, that's not his character. That's not him. The main thing that makes Batman so appealing and why his stories are so good is because it's that rule of I will not kill. I refuse to kill the criminals. I will be just like them if I did that, and that would make me no better than a criminal. That's what keeps him from being a criminal. The line between a criminal and vigilante. That's the line. That's the line. That's what makes the stories he has so compelling, because sometimes, like the Joker, Joker is such a good villain. Joker would not be a good villain if he didn't have Batman. If they didn't bounce off each other so well, they wouldn't exist. That's why the Suicide Squad movie flopped so hard. Because Joker was a fucking gangster or some shit. I'm like, why does he have a grill? Why is he tattooed up? What the fuck is this shit? What Batman does, when you have stories in terms of where someone has pushed him a little too far, and you start to see the killer inside him, the side that wants to just kill, just waste them, just take him out. And he fights so hard not to do that, to keep his humanity. He's like, fuck that, no, I'm not going to kill him. I mean, I'll break their arm, whatever, but I'm not going to kill him. They need to go through the different steps in terms of, the judge and the law and all that. They need to be taken down by the law. Even though it's kind of fucked because he's vigilante and that's kind of against the law. But anyway, still, that's what made Batman such a good character. And when you sit here and you say, oh, well, Batman kills people, we're just going to have him kill people. It's like, then why do I give a fuck about your character? Now, Superman, make him depressing just makes him more boring. Because, really look at this, really listen to this. If you took Superman, you made a movie where, he had all his powers and everything, but you made him depressing as shit. Watching that movie would be like watching paint dry. It would be so boring. Just this guy with all this power. But people are like, oh, you're a piece of shit, you suck, just fuck you, That's all it would be. It's just him just like, well, shit, nobody likes me. I mean, I hope I'll save you, but nobody likes me. I mean, it could have worked if they would have had him in the movie grow from that. People were treating him like shit. But he tries to prove himself. It's like, no, I'm actually here to help. By the end of the movie, his sacrifice that was too fucking early could have been saved for like a third sequel where the sacrifice would have been earned. Him dying against Doomsday. Or Doomsday killing him, basically. And then what's fucking funny as hell is actually, you watch Justice League, you watch that movie, and you know what happens in that one? He sits there, and everyone's just sitting there like, oh man, everything's going to shit. It's all because Superman died. Fuck, I really miss him. I was like, where the fuck was this emotion in the last movie? You guys were like, trying to just string him from a tree, burn him alive. Tell him to get the fuck off this planet. No one was happy about Superman. We were trying to kill him. What the hell are you talking about we miss him? No one misses Superman. in the last movie, and now we care because he's dead. Get the fuck out of here. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how people can say Justice League was such a good movie. Dude, you do not see the fucking flaws in it. It's a mess. And they just bring him back in the next movie in the most convoluted, dumbass fucking way. I'm like, are you serious? What is... You couldn't keep him dead long enough. You saw how much you fucked up, so you bring him back in the next movie. If you're gonna kill him, own that shit. And if you're gonna kill him, like, oh shit, let's kill Superman. I don't know about this though. Then don't do it. Don't kill him. Have them take out Doomsday. Well, it would be a shitty story if Superman doesn't have Doomsday to kill him, or but make somebody else do it, like Brainiac or something. Do something like that. You could have fixed this instead of just let's kill him, and then we fucked up. Let's bring him back. The state of the DCEU, or whatever Titans is in terms of connection to the DCEU, it's a fucking mess. It's a mess. I don't know what they're doing up there. I don't know what's going through their heads. I could be wrong. We watched the show and I could be wrong. But tell you one thing, I'm not wrong about them making Batman a goddamn killer. I'm not wrong about that. That's bullshit. And I'm not okay with it. I'm sorry this video took so long. But I had a lot to say. This has been building up for like months now. And they're ruining Batman. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. Fictional characters, And the fact that they've ruined him, but also ruined other characters in this universe, pisses me off. And the more Marvel movies come out, the MCU comes out, all these movies make such great stories. The problems of the DCEU just stick out like a sore thumb. Like it's just there. You see what they did, and then you hear DC, and you're like, wow. Like when I'm looking back on that, they really fucked up with that. Like the Batman v Superman, they destroyed that movie, and the lore of these characters just done. So I'm gonna end it right there. I'll try to upload more, but I had to talk about this. I really did. It pissed me off, but it's PS Jax, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.